Killian. We're getting ready for Act 2 of our Poets Theater event, and I wrote this play with Brian Kim Stefans about 20 years ago, and we're putting on the first 30 minutes of it only. It's going to interrupt possibly a syllable of somebody speaking. We don't know yet how long it's going to be. It's you've seen Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? It's our take on that, except we cast the role with it. It takes place in 1959, and it's called The American Objectivists. It's my apartment, Louis Zukofsky, in Brooklyn. I'm teaching at Brooklyn Polytech. My wife, Celia, is bringing up our son, or is he alive? The concert violinist, Paul Zukofsky. We've just been to a PTA meeting from Brooklyn Polytech, and we're bringing home a younger couple who have just started at Brooklyn Polytech in 1959. The new French teacher is John Ashbery, and he's bringing his girlfriend, Violet R. Bunny Lang. We're excited also because tonight is supposed to be the night that George and Mary Oppen come home from Mexico. And here, our play begins right now.
What a dump! Who said that, Louis? Whoever said it couldn't have been talking about our beautiful Brooklyn plot.
Did they call?
Who, the Oppens?
Yeah, is the little light blinking in the primitive voicemail system of 1959?
Did you really think they called? They haven't called in 20 years. Where are they going to call from? Mexico? Don't make me giggle. It's unbecoming in a woman unsatisfied.
Oh, how's Paul?
Paul's practicing here. The violin. Now help me get ready for our guests.
Christ! Celia, you know this is the night the Oppens are coming. Why did you have to embarrass yourself at that PTA meeting? I see enough of these deadbeat adjuncts all day without you inviting them over for a nightcap.
I think John Ashbery's a peach.
I'll check on Paul.
Rub some walnut oil into his fingers, will you? I'll open the bourbon, scotch, vodka. And what was that snort about, Mr. Zukofsky? Huh? Will you tell me why you're snorting like that? Some water buffalo of PS 149? Oh, my family. John Ashbery, you're young, cute, virile. I saw you looking at me over the water cooler. Some Trees by John Ashbery. Mr. Ashbery, how did you come up with that intriguing title? Louis! One of these days you'll have to write a book about trees. This A business is fine for the A train, but I'm thinking Park Avenue. And you have won the Younger Yale Writers Award. Just how young are you, John Ashbery? Open your mouth. Oh my, I see baby teeth.
Paul says nobody called.
Get some ice into my bluest bowl, Louis. I'll make us a drink, then I'll freshen up. John is bringing that cute bohemian girl, Bunny Lang. Bunny. Ha! I'll pin her bunny ears back to her head, I will.
We hear a sound of a lone violin coming from somewhere in the apartment.
He does have talent, doesn't he?
Paul, yes. He's a prodigy, like Mozart.
You meant John.
John?
John Ashbury, the French teacher. Hello! Pick up that pile of illicit correspondence and for bejesus sake, Louis, bring out some of that lowbrow cheese your little girlfriend always sending you from Wisconsin.
She's not my girlfriend. I am her reader. She's entrusted me with her entire posterity, just like I am for Bill.
Is that why you run for your office to call her just after the long distance rate sinks below 3 cents? To read her? We have 917 numbers for that.
She, like me, believes the ear higher than the mind.
And both lower than the, oops, I dropped my tender buttons.
Celia, please be more abstract.
And does she read to you? Can't get that in Rutherford. Oh, John, I must apologize for my husband. He's such a crank when he has one of his little fits. It's one of the few times he feels truly feckin'.
I think I'll go water the fire escape.
Don't forget that cheese. Do you like cheese, Mr. Ashbury? We've just had this imported from Naples. Naples on 5th Street, you know, off the coast of the Bronx. Oh, you must be a swimmer like Byron. What big arms you have. I forgot that poets weren't all stick figures. Do you have a matching limp?
Celia, looks like the Ludbetter's cat has gotten to our Bavarian gentians. What a mess out here.
Oh, draw the curtains. No better yet, take them in. Unloose the jams. Heck, I'm feeling a little body electric myself today. I'll put them in the circa 1940s trash compactor. What would I be without the Industrial Revolution to get me back to nature?
Not entirely tone deaf.
What?
I said we left Paul home alone again.
Oh, that kid. Oh, he's got to learn to fend for himself sometimes. He spends so much time with that damn piece of wood he can barely crack a can of tuna.
But he can play Carl Ruggles Sun Treader in 5 minutes flat.
When did speed matter? What he's going to do for work? Play in the Italian restaurants for patrons with ADD? He'll be done before they've ordered. We can't even afford a car.
What?
Kevin Killian has a car. Why can't we have a car?
First of all, we're barely 25 years out of the Depression. Second, they all have cars in San Francisco. It gives them a way to escape those Japanese spies. Lastly, I'm a Marxist. How many times do I have to say that? Did you get the good scotch? George always liked the good stuff. And maybe if your Yale younger adjunct knows how to pronounce the word chryselephantine, he can have some too.
You objectivists have such a strange way of expressing your alpha selves.
Probably can't even write a sestina. Ding dong!
Louis, that's the door. I'm getting the drinks. Oh, this is so exciting. Goodbye, Dark Ages. Goodbye, modernism. I'm a...
Oh, hello.
Bonsoir, Dr. Zukofsky. Please let me tell you, it is a great honor to me that you have.
Sit down.
Hi, I'm Bunny Lang. I don't think we've met. I'm on the faculty too, but in home ec.
Hello, Bunny.
In charge of Angora sweaters. I can't believe we're here. Why, it's just like a real apartment in
It's like being in some fabulous kingdom of Oz.
In the teacher's lounge, they whisper about this flower.
And our younger students, the rascals, they sing about it.
They do?
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Yes, not when here is such a wonderful there. Shall we make ourselves at home and drink? Bunny here is from the Boston Lands.
Yes, well, my father was money laying.
Charming. Celia, that is Mrs. Zukofsky, the woman who invited you, is in the kitchen fixing some martinis. Let me warn you about Celia. She's chic, but she packs a mean wallet.
She's lovely, or she was in the 1930s when Shirley Temple was popular.
She's the mother of my only son, Paul, the child prodigy.
Oh my goodness, Shirley Temple. Wonder what she's up to tonight. Over in France, there's quite a temple cult. You know that. The Cinéma Français is nearly a temple du temple.
French ways disgust me like they do all normal men.
Approaching this fifth floor walk-up, we heard a violin playing. We thought of Sherlock Holmes. Hayseed the floor in his deerstalker, violin tucked under his chin. We're a couple of nuts in love. When we marry next spring, John's taking me to France.
For our honeymoon, Celia and I went to Greece Park. Water everywhere.
Maybe you have Jasha Heifetz behind this door.
Oh, no, that's Paul's room. Paul, he's sleeping now.
Oh, like Dracula. Oh.
The kids in school have a funny name for you, Dr. Zukofsky.
They do?
They're young, wild, out for kicks. Maybe you represent authority to them. You're old, set in your ways, brilliant, of course.
Oh, cut to the chase, Bunny. They call you G. Officer Crumpy. G. Officer Crumpy.
Crump you.
I don't know the current pop hits, and I have never heard that song. Crump you say? Because Tarzan triumphs. See Tarzan, the He-Man. Go to sleep with boy in jungle corral. You'll excuse me now, and please, occupy only a tiny corner of this room. As my great friends, the Oppens, are expected any minute. They haven't been seen in nearly 20 years.
John, do you think we have silence?
He's just stiff, that's all. What the French called la forêt pétrifiée. In Brooklyn, it's just a telephone pole. But he lets Celia's finger do all the walking, unfortunately.
Should we sit down?
Sure, now, Bunny, what about that honeymoon thing?
Uh-huh.
John Ashbury, bienvenido a la casa. Let me usher you to this bay window. Look outside, just for you, the splendid tribute tree. What do you see?
The VQE?
No, silly, over there in the park. Some trees.
Mrs. Crumpy, Mrs.
Call me Celia. No, I mean really call me.
This is Bunny Lang.
His fiancé. I've been co-ed at your father's school. He hired me right out of the Cedar Tavern.
Fiancé. I see. What lovely thin hips. Let's play a game. We call it Jewish questions. It'll unsettle you.
Well,
Come on, John Ashbury. Here's the first one. What's your favorite comic strip?
comic strip.
The funny pages.
Blondie, Landry.
Nancy and Sluggo, Rishi Rich.
You're not very Jewish. That means 2 fewer drinks.
Fewer than what?
What's your favorite comic strip?
No, garçon. I'm asking the questions here. Your is my cult de moi.
Celia, how long do you plan to keep our guests?
I don't know, buddy boy. How long does it take to break them down to skin and bones? We're playing Jewish questions.
Oh, I see. The working man's Walpurgisnacht.
Dr. Zukofsky, are you familiar with Berkeley and its 1,400 poems beginning with the letter A?
That letter goes to Lewis. Hey, buddy, what's your favorite state bird?
Celia, this isn't really a reply per se. Can you show me where the bathroom is? I'm getting the cold shakes.
Bird!
Oriole, finch, they must be birds of some state.
Come with me, dear. I'm losing my touch. What do the kids say? The young wild kids out for kicks? What's their darling slang term for a wealthy young woman from Cambridge who takes slumming to a radical peak?
Alone at last.
As it were, that girl with her hair down in the world can take care of herself in this bed.
Do you know Jane Niedecker?
Bird!
The painter.
Bird! John! And by the way, she's not a painter, and only a decorator would call her one. Have you never heard of Mantegna?
Well, she's delightful nevertheless, and last night she...
Bird! Bird! Bird!
I don't have a favorite bird, Mr. Zukofsky. I'm impartial. I like all of them for their own merits. Over in France, they...
Maybe in France, they don't distinguish between birds, and they appreciate Jane Freiberger, but here in Brooklyn, do you know what happens when you're a poet in the school system? They put you in front of a classroom of sullen, beatnik, high school monsters, and they expect you to teach them Plato.
I guess I had it easier. My students seem to pick up French like...
And their black leather jackets and their switchblades, sharks and jets, pompadours up to here. No, Brooklyn Polytech has been overrun by young barbarians. Their only interest in poetry and art is soiling the subways with voodoo graffiti. Soon, they'll put that in the Brooklyn Museum. Does white Sambo Gringo mean anything to you?
But they're so charming and full of joie de vivre.
You're hip, I observe. So, you and Miss Wang are engaged, Mr. Ashbury?
Oh, call me John. No, do please, sir.
And you can call me sir. Your fiancé has no hips.
I've been admiring your collection of Israel Pound's poetry. It's funny to think the poor dear old man still has fans. If that's the word. My goodness, with everybody who matters turning to France for inspiration, it's heartening to know that a harmless little American modernist still turns a head or two.
Well, I'm no fan of Pounds. Okay.
He was vicious to your people, and yet look at all these books. It's like some grim collection of guillotine blades, very plain of anger.
I sense a reluctance to talk about your engagement to Miss Wang.
Bunny's a swell kid. She's the heart and soul of the Cambridge Poets Theater movement. That's where I wrote all my famous plays. Frank, too.
Frank Sinatra?
Frank O'Hara.
Perfect name for a Francophile.
Your wife's an unusual creature.
Let me tell you a secret, baby. There are easier things in the world if you happen to be teaching in a high school. There are easier things than being married to the daughter of the principal. Celia's father has the staying power of one of those Micronesian tortoises. He has a small treasury of arrowheads from the French and Indian War, which he pulled from his own body. How many kids are you and Funny gonna have?
Kids?
Yeah, was her name Funny?
Oh, we just call her Bunny for laughs.
Do you?
Lewis!
find women puzzling?
Well, yes and no.
Oh, sorry, lost my Valentine.
That's okay.
For Christ's sake, Celia, hang on a minute.
He bumped into me, almost as though he wanted to kill me.
Oh, please, don't exaggerate. It's ugly.
Remember those old-time bumper cars at Fenway Park?
Where's Celia? You two were gone an awfully long time.
She just wanted to talk, that's all. It took me forever to get to the phone. She's got a little black phone hidden like a prize under a satin pillow.
And?
And I found it, that's all. Made my call. Jeepers coming by with the stuff.
Now what's she doing?
They're up there making these gigantic signs and posters. Welcome home, George and Mary. Is it legal to use the hammer and sickle as your block association logo?
George and Mary. Oh, Bunny, do you think it's the royal family of England?
Fat chance. I threw up. Is that all right for me to say, John Ashbury? Oh, John, I don't know how long I can go on pretending you're my fiancé.
It's just till I'm better established at the Brooklyn Polytech. For goodness sake, we're not going to get married.
Because you're...
Oh, for many reasons.
John, I want you. I want you as a woman wants a man. I don't just want a white wedding. I want the whole jazzeree.
As though I would marry an addict.
So I smoke a little reefer now and then. I take a few bunnies.
A few? You must sweat caffeine.
I yearn for you, John Ashbury. Feel my froideur melting away like a popsicle left in the sun. No one understands, but what's a girl to do? If I had a chance with a homosexual, I'd take it, and take it I will. I don't understand the word no, and he's like, no, in all caps, bold. But as God is my witness, I won't read. My alphabet stops at M. If I have to lie, steal, cheat, or kill.
Now what about a drink?
Damn you, John, I could have any man in New York. I could have the next man who walks through the door.
Oh, what a boast. You're like the Edwin Denby with his bourbon on backwards.
You don't think I'm serious, do you, fiancé? I mean it. Next man who walks through that door is mine.
No, mine. Oh, it'll probably be cheaper anyhow. You're Team Romeo, and you can have him.
I know, but he's got the best stuff in town, and he's willing to travel to Brooklyn.
Who are George and Mary?
George Abbott and Mary Martin?
George Gershwin and Mary Pickford?
George Washington and...
Mary Todd Lincoln? Oh, yes. George Barack and Mary Picasso?
Or maybe they're us.
Yes, perhaps this is one of those absurd UNESCO Rod Sterling plays where we walk into a party and we have to switch identities. You'd be married.
To show the mutability of capitalism. George, you haven't touched your hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, Mary, I haven't eaten a Triscuit since Harvard. I haven't been a regular since,
Oh, George, you're...
Should I answer it, Mary?
Yes, the doorbell, but I'll get it. It's probably cheaper, I hope. I can't wait till they invent cell phones and insulin pumps. I may look straight, John, but inside I'm dying for some of that stuff that kills me. Oh God, I should have coked up before the PTA meeting. But as they say in Brooklyn, who knew? And remember, John, as a man, I'm going to make it, as we say in 1959.
I'm George.
I'm Mary. I thought I was married.
Beg pardon?
Oh, just a little joke. Hi, I'm John, and this is funny. I mean, that I'd like to introduce you to my fiancée, Bunny Lang. We thought you might be the boy ringing and bringing some party favors.
Jorge, find out if the Zukofskys still live here. My, I haven't been in this
Zukofsky familia live here?
Yes, come on in. Welcome to our humble chateau.
They're just seeing to their little son. He's kind of cute in that sexy Jewish way like John Garfield. Only John Garfield's tiny, and this man's 6 feet and adorable. And he's got a voice like a vanilla sorbet on a hot summer night. Yes, uno hijo, a son.
We've been sitting here wondering who George and Mary could possibly be, and now you're popping up like toast.
Yes.
Here we are. We've been away for a long time in Switzerland. You didn't see a motorbike on the street, did you folks? The reason I'm asking is I'm expecting an important delivery. We saw no motorcycle.
We went this way and that, up and down, over and under, from deep village to Post Lake Poe. No one followed us. I don't think.
That man at the airport gave us the stare.
Mary, we did not come from the airport.
No, indeed, I meant that man with the apricot. Gave you the stare? Gave you the stare, and why not? I'm still an attractive woman, despite my 20 years working for the...
Perfect suntan.
It's marvelous.
So we were not followed from the apricot stand. No one behind us in the taxi. No one from the Fruit Barrel Institute.
Why? Are you wanted by the FBI? See, it's the same initials.
A bunny.
Fruit Barrel Institute? Oh dear. I've put my foot in it, haven't I? And I don't even know anything about politics or fruit. I mean, I'm just a co-ed from Cambridge, kooky, glamorous. Truman Capote wrote a book about me, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and I'm just sitting here waiting for cheaper. Darling, don't fret. See, I grew up on a farm in Seattle, and oh, the wonderful days we had growing apples and picking apples.
And packing them in barrels.
Mary, can you come to my home ec class and give a lecture? Lots of Puerto Rican girls there. Maybe you can teach them how to make really colorful Mexican fiesta skirts. Oh, dim Guadalajara. As though I would know anything of Mexico.
Bunny's thinking of Switzerland.
Dotted Swiss.
Potted piss, bottled smut.
What are you, Apple? You two were in the sun and night along in Saturn.
Don't you hate the 1950s? The Cold War, the climate of oppression?
This country's no place for a poet, especially one
Who teaches French? Is there still that little room off to the side here where Lewis writes his poem? If I remember, it looks out onto the street, no one can see you watching?
This is my first visit to the Zukofskys.
With the soggy fire escape? Yes, I checked it out already.
Mary, can I speak with you alone?
Uh-oh. George is giving me that voice. He's the genius in the family. Sometimes I don't dot my I's just to make him feel progressive.
Bunny, for God's sake, you know who I think they are? The Oppens.
I don't follow you. You said you wouldn't have me, so I'm taking him. On my own little carousel, he is the grass raider.
George Oppen, once a poet of the 30s, gave up poetry to the people, enlisted in the war, shut in the foxhole, disappeared after the war. No one knows where he and Mary have been for the past 20 years.
You can play Edward R. Murrow. Let me powder my nose.
Some say they killed Trotsky, Bunny, and that's only because they couldn't convince Garcia Lorca to come to leave Harlem and to come to Mexico. Don't mess with George Oppen.
I rise to a challenge, unlike you, my sweet. George Oppen, my favorite poet, give me some of that Discreet series, and I'll sing a little Moon River in your presence. I know a soda jerk when I see one.
You're barking up the wrong tree, sister.
That's right. I've been to countries where I could get a person bumped off for $10. Such as what? Switzerland. Mary, we haven't met, but pretend you don't see me. Just look the other way while your husband and I make beautiful music together. I'm myopic in that regard. I'm meek and mild, but a tiger when it comes to my man. Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. is bright, all right. Moon river, water, crossing you in style, singing. Road trip maker, heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way.
Buddy, please, he's not even a poet. He gave it up all for communism. It's like the kernel of corn that ended with a whimper. No seed left to squander.
Wrong again, Mr. French Fry. Not one, not two, but 3 new books. Manuscripts that will begin in the 60s with a bang, like pop art. Oh yes, the 60s will be hoppin', hoppin', and pop. This is which of being numerous is one of them.
Stop, Ishmael. Our 30 minutes are up. We're coming on with our curtain call, even with Karla Milosevich, who is going to be playing Lorine Niedecker. What's that?